Good morning everyone, Katania Alvin speaking here, and as you can see I've got the Daily Caller up and Dear Trump with his Make America Great Again, and Jim Stone, it was Jim Stone that alerted me to this very interesting article, and it's I'm a senior Trump official and I hope a long shutdown smokes out the resistance. So I just wanted to bring your attention. I won't read the whole thing, but I will put the link in the description box. So, and of course I found this on Operation Disclosure and Restored Republic. The Daily Caller is taking a rare step of publishing this anonymous op-ed at the request of the author, senior official in the Trump administrations, whose identity is known to us and whose career would be jeopardized by its disclosure. We believe publishing this essay anonymously is the only way to deliver an important perspective to our readers. We invite you to submit a question about the essay on our vetting process. Gives you a link. Okay. So he goes. As one of the, or he writes, as one of the senior officials working without a paycheck, a few words of advice for the president's next move at shuttered government agencies. Lock the doors, sell the furniture, and cut them down. Okay, federal employers are starting to feel the strain of the shutdown. I am one of them. But for the sake of our nation, I hope it lasts a very long time, till the government is changed and can never return to its previous form. The lapse in appropriations is more than a battle over a wall. It is an opportunity to strip wasteful government agencies for good. On an average day, roughly 15% of the employees around me are exceptional patriots serving their country. I wish I could give competitive salaries to them and no one else, but 80% feel no pressure to produce results. If they don't feel like doing what they are told, they don't. Why would they? We can't fire them, he's saying, he's writing. They avoid attention, plan their weekend, schedule vacations, their second job, their next position. Some do this in the same position for more than a decade. So he's got a link there relating to DeGenova and Toensing. Judge Neapolitan is wrong on the law of the fact. So he goes on. They do nothing that warrants punishment and nothing of external value. That is their workday. Errands for the sake of errands, administering, refining, following, and collaborating on process. Process is your friend, is what delusional civil servants tell themselves. Even senior officials must gain approval from every rank across their department, other agencies and work units for basic administrative chores. Thank God a family doesn't work like that. Huh? My God. Process is what we serve. Process keeps us safe. Process is our core value. It takes a lot of people to maintain the process. Process provides jobs. In fact, there are process experts and certified process managers who protect the process. Then there are 5% with Moxie career managers. In other words, career managers. At any given time, they can change, clarify, or add to the process, even to distortion of bloc policy counsel for the president. So there you have it. There's masses more. He goes on to say saboteurs peddling opinion as research, tasking their staff, on pet projects or pitching wasteful grants to their friends. Most of my career colleagues actively working against the president's agenda. This means I typically spend about 15% of my time on president's agenda and 85% of my time trying to stop sabotage. And we have no power to get rid of them until the shutdown. So do go on reading that. It's it's great. Right, to continue. Here I've got the Restored Republic via a GCR as of January the 26th, 2019. Now, that's today's. And this is Judy Byington's input. And she always says patience is a virtue. Having virtue is a sign of a good moral being. Good moral beings have the power to overcome evil and change the world. And she also always says, do your own research. Going back here. Okay. As of January the 21st, 2019, we, the people, returned to the original constitution. Power over political affairs has now been taken away from the political elites in Washington, D.C. and given back to the people in their local, state-run governments. We give thanks to President Trump and the brave souls of the alliance who we keep in our prayers. Now, underneath this page, I've got this. If you go onto congress.gov, and you will see H.R. 204, American Sovereignty Restoration Act of 2019. Guys, absolutely go on to this congress.gov. And in an earlier post of congress.gov, and I haven't had a chance to pick it up, but I should. If I can, I'll put it in the description box. But I did make a post about it under the title of Gold, so maybe I'll just upload that one again. Is that there was an HR whereby the dollar was set onto the gold standard. So here we have this one, HR 204, American Sovereignty Restoration Act of 2019. I'll let you do more research on that. And the date was introduced on the January the 3rd, 2019. So, and it was Representative Roger Mike D. who sponsor. So, with that very exciting news for you Americans, and also us Brits, because it's really showing a big shift. Right, I'm just reading down from January the 24th, the new Iraq dinar, etc. Today, January the 25th, Tony declared that the RV would be here Saturday, January the 26th. Zimbabwe was set to demonetize their bond notes and release their ZIM currency, which would be gold-backed, of course. The Chinese wanted the RV revaluation at least 8 days before the Chinese New Year. That was February the 5th, which would be January the 29th. Trump's State of the Union address could announce the new asset-backed United States. I don't know what the T stands for, but the United States note. United States Treasury note. Apologies for that. So Trump would declare martial law if Congress did not approve funds for the building of the border wall. That's very exciting. So it goes on with that. By February the 15th. The stock market crash was essential to take down the old cabal financial system. In other words, the fiat worthless one. And now it's clear the world is going back onto gold. Now, by October the 1st, it was starting the crash, and so it's still been in the red zone, apparently. Crisis at the border, let's talk about that. And 15,000 Hondurans and thousands of Mexicans forcing their way up. And if you look on that link where it says Operation Gladio, do go on to that, because, you begin to realize the evil-minded beings behind these plans to destroy the world. U.S. government shutdown. President Trump has used the government shutdown, and of course we were talking about the shutdown earlier on, as a way of cleansing government agencies of unneeded personnel, along with those named in the over 71,000 indictments. Targeted government agencies were the TSA, IRS, FBI, DOJ, CIA, State Department, and Senior Executive Services, SES, appointees by former President Obama, Clinton and Bush, and the very good channel, which is American Intelligence Media, has got a lot about, or goodly amount about, the SES. very worth watching them while watching them. Military tribunals, we've got US government shutdown, allowed civil cases to be tried in military courts. So you see that shutdown pushed those trials over to military courts. Military tribunals have begun at Gitmo for thousands of lower level elites. Right, do your own research and check what you think. You can go on to military tribunals. President Bush, Obama and Clinton, plus Hillary Clinton and others, were said under arrest. Robert Mueller may be indicted. There are 47 large container ships and a Russian shipping company chartered to transfer apprehended low-level Kabbalists to Gitmo. Now, you can always go and look onto that, do research onto the internet of that shipping company. An essential 80 to 140 Congress people were said, named, and about to be served in over 71 sealed indictments. They have actually started to be unsealed, as far as I'm aware, in federal court across the nation since Trump took office. Charges include high treason, election fraud, child sex trafficking, murder, pornography, money laundering, bribery, perjury, US tax funds misappropriation, plus crimes involving Uranium One, 9/11, Fukushima nuclear disaster, and the Benghazi massacre, etc., etc., etc. So shocking, but it really is clearing the swamp. January the 25th, a call from Tony and about things of the dinar. B, January Intel Alert Operation Disclosure. So just a brief bit about this. A global transition was occurring and could be seen via global events: Yellow Vest movement, Venezuela uprising, Brexit, US government shutdown, etc. The US government shutdown was a coordinated effort to weaken the deep state. Brexit was a move to relinquish the cabal's control over the fiat financial system, because of course with the City of London, that's the base. Not forgetting Rome, the Vatican. The balance of power is shifting. Europe and the Middle East and Asia have switched over to the BRICS, that's Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, meaning Zimbabwe, with an immense amount of assets. Venezuela was about securing strategic resources. We were watching the very last geopolitical powers struggle prior to the transition. This is worldwide, guys. Wonderful. Right, I'm leaving it there, and stay safe, stay happy and optimistic. God bless. This is Catania Alvin saying God bless Trump and all the alliance around the world who are doing these great and good things. Okay.